What's up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of Inside the Lines podcast. We are so excited for this episode, man. We got another treat. 3 for 3, man. 3. We got, on my right, we got Ashlon Jackson, man. Averaging 8.9 points a game this season, 33% from 3. McDonald's All-American, man. 3-point champion at the McDonald's All-American game.
What's up?
Welcome.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
Who else we got, Saf? What time is it?
It's tea time. We got Taina Mair in the building. Boston College transfer, all ACC freshman, and was nominated for ACC Freshman of the Year.
Yeah.
Averaging 10.6 points a game. One of the shiftiest guards in the ACC, man.
The
Taina Mair in the
shiftiest.
building.
Yeah.
Sir, welcome. We're so excited to have y'all here today,
really
man.
appreciate y'all
Yes,
coming
sir.
on.
Of course, thank you.
Of
for having
course.
us.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So let's start from the jump. Before college, talk about coming up on the AAU circuit. What was it like? Finding your strengths on the ball court.
Well, me coming from a small town, I started playing AAU ball when I was in 4th grade. I always played up. I played with a bunch of 7th graders. Small team out in Houston. It wasn't a shoe team at first. I got my first offer going into 7th grade because, like I said,
You said 7th grade?
yeah.
7th grade's wild.
Yeah.
You were
Yeah.
12?
Yeah, it was crazy because, like I said, I always played up, but I knew, and my family knew as well, that they just wanted me to venture off, get better because they had so much belief in me. And around that time, that's whenever I started taking it serious. So AAU, it was great. I ended up with 70 D1 offers.
Oh, my God. 70.
Yeah,
70 is nuts.
Everybody always think I be OD and cap when I say that, but I had the list.
I believe
It was
it.
I
crazy.
believe it, too.
No, it was crazy, and I really did enjoy it. I think I ended up playing T one year.
T, talk a little bit about your experience.
Well, I'm from Boston, so like girls hooping, it's not really all that for real. So I had to play with the boys. That's just what I had to do.
Mhm.
And I just like hooping. I never wanted to take it serious until I got to high school for and I was I got an offer. I'm like, okay, I can go to college for free.
Uh-huh.
Might as well just keep playing, and I
Yeah.
did, and then ended up in the position where I'm at right now. But AAU wise, I put on Adidas.
I didn't even know that until Alucci told me. I remember it's crazy backstory. Alucci was on the team, and I don't know why I don't remember T, but we were playing, and right after the game, mind you, I was already committed to Duke. Right after the game, I told Alucci, I was like, "Do you have an offer from Duke?" And she was like, "No, I don't think. I'm just talking to him." And I was like, "Well, when you get one, you know where to come." And then it was crazy. Right after my freshman year, they had me host her. I was her host on her OV, and I already knew she was coming here. It was set in stone.
That's crazy. So would you guys say that, different players on the circuit, you guys know each other pretty well?
Nah, not me. I just lay low for. I don't be talking to nobody. I just went hooped and I went back to the hotel.
Yeah. Nah, it's a lot of people that I knew. Still in contact with, strictly because AAU, T said she was chill, but I don't know, I was just around, and my dad, he was a coach as well. So I always came into contact with people, especially at camps and everything like that. So
I play basketball.
yeah, my dad, he played college basketball at Rice. He was going to NBA, ended up getting hurt. But no, I credit all my everything to him, as far as game, mental wise, everything to my dad.
What were some of the best players that you all competed against in high school?
I probably had to say Caroline Ducharme. She at UConn right now. But yeah, I played her my sophomore year. Unfortunately, my junior year, I couldn't play her because it was COVID.
Right.
I played her my sophomore year. It was pretty cool comp because she's already committed to UConn. It was kind of I'm about to play against UConn commit.
Yeah.
And I'm so young. So
Yeah.
Right.
I played against her too. Played against Janiyah Barker, Texas A&M. Raven Johnson, South Carolina. Ashlon Watkins, South Carolina. Chloe Kidd, South Carolina. No, I played against Kiki
Yeah, I was
Rice.
just about to say Kiki Rice.
Yeah, I love Kiki. Kiki, London Jones at UCLA. It's a pretty tough amount. I ain't gonna say that we won those games, but I played against them. Tough.
Yeah. Kiki is tough.
Kiki.
She went to Sidwell too, right?
With JD.
Yeah. See, you touched on something earlier that I wanted to ask both of y'all about. Like, before you played the girl in COVID, you're like, when I was a sophomore, I was hooping against like a UConn command. I guess for both of you guys were like dominating like from when you guys got into high school. Like, what was that experience like coming in so early and kind of like having the keys to a program?
But for me, this is probably like different for Ash because I was at BC. But the summer before we started playing our season, getting ready, the point guard who was like starting, she had like got hurt, and like I had to step up like really quickly. I had to adjust, like how college basketball was, and then that's how I got my opportunity to start at BC. And I feel like for me, I was just kind of like, it's just a lot for me, to be honest. I'm like, I'm still like young, but like, it's kind of like, damn, like I gotta like run a team, like I gotta help everybody out. But it's like, it was mostly like the mental part for me, to be honest. Yeah. But definitely a blessing though.
How was your experience at Boston College?
I mean, it was good. I mean, I was up there hooping.
Yeah.
It got me here today. So, shoot, I was doing something good.
I'd say for me, it was different from T. We had a strong core last year. Celeste Taylor, Shy, Reagan, still. Like, we had an old team.
Right.
But for me, I would say the hardest part about last year was not necessarily adjusting to that, but being aware. Like, I credit the old guys, what we call them old, but I credit them last year because they kept me sane, they kept me on my toes to where it's just like whenever I got in the game, played hard, I knew what to do, I knew what to expect. But yeah, like having Kara as well, like believe in me, because most freshmen don't even play their freshman year. Like having her believe in me, like it was a crazy thing, but like I really enjoyed last year. And like I said, I credit the older guys. I did. But now, this was one, I swear, like this is one of the toughest summers I've ever had in basketball. Ever. Like, what we be doing now? Nothing on top of like the summer. Our point guard V ended up getting hurt as well. So like having to step into her role as well, play someone whenever T's not playing the one or whatever, like just changing my game, I would say, all around. Like it was an adjustment, but my coaches and my teammates really prepared me for that. And like I said, like it made me so much better than from last year to now. So yeah.
Ash, let's go a little back. Let's talk about the McDonald's All-American game. What was your reaction when you found out?
Okay, so
Burger girl.
no, okay, so all right, so all throughout AAU, like that, I knew that's what I wanted. Like, oh my god, so like I think it was like my last few games of playing AAU, and that's what I was worried about. If you any type of good, that's what you gonna worry about. Like they, like whoever say they wasn't, they lying. But like that's mostly like what you worry about, not just like ending your season or ending your AAU career. It's just like, all right, what else is left in store before I graduate and go to college? So it was crazy around that time. Whenever they announced, I'm real cool with Kendrick Perkins, like my coach and my trainer. I love him to death. Ended up playing with him back whenever they were younger. They're very good friends. So they had this whole shindig like at my school. Everybody, boys basketball, girls basketball, staff, everybody was there. My whole school ordered like Happy Meals. They were being served. and like everybody like sitting on one side of the bench. I'm isolated. I'm on the other side because I'm so nervous. Like I'm like, man, what if they do all this and dang, my name not even on there type. Yeah. But they ended up doing a whole like preview of it, and whenever the names were like shown or whatever for like my team, I think my name was one of the first ones, and everybody just went crazy. I just had to put my head down. Like that was a big moment for me, strictly because like that's what I have been working towards and for. So just being like, cause this like 2,000 people from where I'm from, like just being one of them, like a girl that's from the country type, and to make it like that was the world to me.
You gotta tell them the name of your town.
China, Texas, what?
Texas.
But it's from like it's 409. Like we got a lot of people from 409 that's good doing what they supposed to do. So.
Are you trying to like the city?
Yeah, 409. You know, shout out.
Big 617. Y'all know it. B-Town. Big Boston. Stop playing.
You won the 3-point contest as well, right? Talk a little bit about that.
Okay, that was actually pretty fun. Like, I think it was the day before everybody was like trying out for it. Well, not everybody, but the people that wanted to do it, and nobody was aware that like it was actually like an audition type. Like you had to make a certain amount in order to enter it. And so everybody was just BSing it. Like, we just shooting like whatever, and like we ended up going. I think everybody had placed their bets for Chance Gray. I love her. She's so sweet. For Chance Gray to win. And that was for the women's side. And for the men's side, I think it was Keontae they were wishing, betting on. But I went and it was nice. I ended up beating the girls and the boys' side. So, I mean, it was cool.
So, Ashlon, coming out of high school, you was ranked highest, number 9 overall in your class. So I wanted to know what you really think about rankings, if they're really telling, of the profile of the athlete, and if you agree with the people who were, or if you remember the people who were ranked, ahead of you.
Yeah. Rankings don't matter.
Okay.
I say this all the time. Like, I don't care if you're number 1, number 2. Like, yes, like, does it mean that you're good? Yes, I'm not saying that, but like, like, whenever you get to college, none of that matters. McDonald's All-American don't matter. Because at the end of the day, like, whenever you get to college, your body change, the system change. You just got to be able to adapt. I feel as though whenever you throw that ball up, it's you versus the person in front of you. And whether you have a number by your name or you don't have a number by your name, you got to prove that day in and day out. So, like, it was nice having the number. I'm not going to say it wasn't. Like, yeah, like, okay. Bragging rights, I guess. But, nah, I feel as though, for real, like, honestly, whenever you get to college, none of that matters, for real.
As for both of y'all, going on off of that, what do you think makes a good collegiate ball player? Obviously there are traits in high school that you can possess. You can take over the game. You can drop 50, however many, and, you're going to be ranked highly. But in college, it's a little bit different. It's a little bit more of a schematic-based game. So I wanted to know what you guys think really translates to success from high school players to the collegiate jump.
Yeah, I feel you have to be able to adjust. That's the main thing. I mean, playing high school AU, playing outside ball, everything's all different. But when you get to college, it's systematic, just like you said. Like, different schools got their own system, and every game is a different game. I mean, you gotta adjust to scout to whatever team you're playing. So if you're not able to adjust your game and kind of adjust like what you're doing and adjust like your mentality, then it's gonna be hard for you. But if you're able to be a coachable player, then you'll be just fine.
Right. I agree with her. Being able to adjust, and also like seasons go like this, like no matter who you are, but trying to stay consistent, because high school you're playing against people that's like they're not as good as you are. Like, okay, but college you playing 1,000 of you, so I'd say try to stay consistent within that, and then your mentality, like say shots not falling, kind of like what T said, shots not falling, like, okay, what else can I do to be productive, or what else can I do to help my team win? Like I said, like being consistent, and like she said, just adjusting well.
Yeah. Was there a moment for you guys where you were like, okay, this is college, it's not high school?
So last year at BC, we had played Ohio State. And they pressed us the whole game.
That defense is brutal.
Whole game. Even when we had played Duke, pressed us the whole game, picking me up 90 feet. Like,
Team
and
stuff.
like experiencing that, like, I never had that kind of defense ever played on me in my life. But like, I'm competitive, so I was like, I bet. But it was just kind of crazy to me, like seeing like these girls offensively, like they've been playing for like 5 years, 4 years, and I'm new to this, so it's kind of like seeing like their offense, like they're pulling up, shooting behind the 3-point line. My just 3-point line different from me. From it's already like behind, but girls are shooting like 5 feet behind it, just pulling it up, and it was just crazy to me. Like that was like my rude awakening, I would say. For sure.
I have 2. One was last year. I was guarding Haley Van Lith, and I'm telling you, I'm trying to clamp. Like, it don't matter. Like, I see you on TV, I read about you. Like, I don't care. Like you said, I'm competitive. Like, I don't care about none of that. So, name of the game, all right, great players go do great things, whatever. But I'm sitting down, like, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do. Shot clock was running out. I'm right there. My hand up and everything. She hit a shot, and she said, "Good D, baby." I said, "Dang, bro." Like, at that point, I was like, "Dang, bro." Like, I said, "Dang, bro." Like, but that moment, I was like, "Yeah, this is college basketball." And then I say also this year, playing against Stanford. So the first half, it was crazy for me because I was like, bro, what am I doing? Like, I just had I don't even know. Like, I was just playing too tight. Like, I wasn't being myself. And Kara, so she went in, like, we went in at halftime, obviously. Like, she gave me a spill or whatever. And then she had told me something, okay? And I was like, oh, snap. Like, this for real. So I got to start doing something. The second half is different. So. But it was crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's my second time.
You had what, like 22 that game, right? Something like that.
She was hooping.
She was hooping, yeah.
I know, but that first half, y'all. I was scared. Not scared. I was scared of what Kara had to say after the fact. I wasn't scared of nobody but that. So I was like, nah.
I wanted to talk about recruiting for a little bit. So I noticed Ash, like at the time you committed to Duke, you were like one of the highest ranked players that had come there. I wanted to know, what was your decision process to like come to the sisterhood?
I'd say for sure, like, it was most certainly, like, coaching for me, as well as, like, obviously academics. And I wanted to go somewhere where, like, it felt like home. And I knew that I didn't want to play in Texas, like, because, I don't know, I just really didn't. So my top 5, they were all the way. Oregon, Louisville, UConn, Duke, Stanford. And, like, I knew I also wanted to go somewhere where, like, I could change the culture and win as well. So Kara got the job, and, like, I started talking to her a bunch. Like, she was my coach before I even committed, for real. Like, she would watch film with me and everything. Like, I'm asking her stuff. Like, it just felt natural. Like, it felt pure. And I knew I didn't want a coach that, like, kiss my butt all the time. Like, too much appraisal, like, it wasn't enough. Like, because, they like this right now, but what about, like, whenever I get there? Whenever I committed, I didn't even know I was going to commit. That's how I knew it. Like, it was real. Like, we're on a Zoom, and staff, Coach Kara, they were all, like, going over their plan for me. I had me, my mom, and my grandmother. We were in the same room, and then my dad was in his man cave. He was on the call as well. And whenever we started to talk, like it just like I don't know. Like when you know, you know. And whenever like everything was all said and done with the Zoom, she ended up sending me that. Like it's a whole message that say if you know, you know. And like if you know me, I'm not gonna get quiet or speechless, bro. Like that's not me. Like that's not me. Like I'm gonna always have something to say. Like that's just me. So I just went quiet. I was just laughing. Like it was a nervous giggle type, not just ha ha ha. But obviously, but no, like I was like, what the heck? Like deep down, and then my mom was like, what? Like what? And then I was like, Coach, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm gonna commit. And then everybody was like, what did you just say? Like, I swear. And my dad, like him being in his man cave, he was like, what the F did she just say? What did she just say? I was like, yeah, I'm commit. Like I was standing on it. Yeah, I was standing on it. And then my girl boss, she was so happy. My mom was so happy. And then like everybody, they were all in their offices and everybody just went crazy. Like they're like, oh my God, yes. But that was in November. I told them, I was like, I'm gonna commit, but keep it under wraps because like I wanna post on my birthday. Yeah. So I was committed in November. I didn't post about it until January. So it was a hard kept secret. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it was real. I knew it from the jump.
See, I want to get into a little bit of your recruiting process as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, you weren't recruited by Coach Lawson. You started at Boston College. So what was that like?
They started recruiting me BC when I was in 8th grade.
Tough.
Yeah.
8th grade.
Yeah.
Tough.
Wait, I had a question about that. So I talked to Kennedy Brown also from y'all's team, and she got her first offer when she was 12, and then she said she had like K-State and Kansas coming to her game at 13. Like, is that a common experience for recruiting to start that early? Like,
if you got it, you got it. Yeah, if you got it, you got it.
That's
like,
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like my 8th grade summer. They were like recruiting me and all that, and then they had offered me maybe like my freshman year. Like I just kept in contact with them, and they were like the only school kind of like consistent like with me. Like I wasn't even like recruited that hard for real.
Yeah.
Like I had like mid majors. They were like my only like Power 5 offer. Them in like Miami, but I didn't talk to Miami, so it was kind of they were out of it. So I committed to BC my junior year because of COVID. So I ended up committing. And yeah, they were just the only school who was like in constant contact with me. So it was like, shoot, I mean, it's an opportunity to play Power 5. I'm in the ACC.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
All right.
Was
Yeah.
staying home a big factor for you too?
Oh yeah, for sure. I wasn't ready to leave.
Boston.
I was ready to leave home for real. So my transferring process, I feel like that one was. It felt more like recruitment wise for me, cause like my stock it was pretty high. I had a pretty high stock, cause you know. I was like,
She was
I
killing.
Like, assist,
Yes,
all that.
Yeah.
Boston College.
So yeah, I was getting recruited by a whole bunch of schools that like I couldn't even like imagine in my head for being recruited by these schools like it was just crazy to me because like none of these schools like would have never called me before.
Right.
Like
What were some of the schools while you were in the portal?
it was like I had like a whole bunch of schools from like every conference in the country.
That's tough.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. But I went on 3 visits. I went to Duke, obviously. I went to Maryland. I went to Texas. So they were like kind of like my top 3 schools. And then I ended up committing here. And kind of like Ash said, like I committed right after my visit. I committed here, but I was like, don't tell nobody because I already committed to my other visits. And I wanted to go because I never had a chance to do official visits with COVID.
The fact that we knew that, bro.
So yeah, I committed on a low, and then after my last visit, like 2 days after I committed, I
What were the
posted it.
factors for you that drew you into Duke?
I think it was just Kara and her mission. Like she wants to win. She's competitive. That's what I am. I mean, I want to win. I mean, and I want to play against the best of the best. She was like, "Yeah, we might play like Team USA." I'm like, "Oh, for real?" Bet. Like, that's crazy. And then we ended up playing South Carolina, like the one team in the country. So like all these opportunities I get to have just being here. I mean, both like academically, socially, through basketball. I feel like that was a big thing for me.
Yeah, I wanted to ask. You talked about playing Duke earlier in the pod. back when you were at Boston College.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to know if there was anything like attractive about playing, when you played Duke.
Yeah, I mean, they had picked me up 90 feet. They had Celestia guarding me 90 feet. And then when she got shoved out, they had somebody else pick me up 90 feet. Like pressuring me like whole time. And I was so frustrated. Like I couldn't get my team score because I was like a playmaker. I was like the biggest playmaker for the team. And people open this shit out. But like to keep it a buck with y'all, we had like 9 points first half.
Nah.
First half.
And we scored like 27 points for the whole game, and it was Duke's like 1,000th like program win. And before the game started, Coach Kerr already asked for the game ball, and our coach told us. We were like, yes, sir. I didn't know that. Our coach told us, she's like, yeah, they asking for the game ball before the game. Like, they gotta hype y'all up. I was like, damn.
We didn't know that.
I was like, in my head, I'm like, damn, like, oh, I bet. And then they came out. I mean, they stood on business for real. Yeah, I mean.
I wanted to ask, the culturehood and the sisterhood, it's so special to see, like, what Coach Lawson does, right? Like, Matthew and I are practice sometimes, and, like, her speeches that she gives, like, I always tell them, like, it affects me, too. Like, it's like, damn, Coach Lawson really said that. But I wanted to ask, like, how does that affect you guys, like, in-game or outside the game, like, when you're playing? Because you guys said committing to Duke was, the big reason was her, right? So.
I feel like, honestly, what she tells us in practice or what she says in general, I feel like most of that don't even have to deal with basketball for real. Like, it's stuff you can use in everyday life as well. And I get that question all the time, like, oh, she always like that? Does she always have speeches? Like, honestly, she don't even come up with it. Like, it's just natural. Like, it's just a conversation that she has in our huddles. And like I said, like, it gets to me all the time. Like, I've found myself a few times, like, getting teary-eyed because it's like, dang, you care this much. Like, oh, my God. Like, it's crazy. But yeah, like, I feel like her messages, it's not just for basketball.
It's definitely motivating, for real. Like even like during practice, like when y'all are there, y'all probably like, damn, like
Everything.
For real.
You do it with a passion. Like,
Yeah.
I like that in my life.
Yeah.
Passionate. Even like during like the games, like even like if we're messing up, like you could just see her passion all over her face. Like she carries that.
She wants it, yeah.
Even when you guys were up like 25 or 30 in one game and someone's like messing up, like
She
still going hard. Yeah.
She demands excellence.
Yeah.
She demands excellence.
I wanted to ask y'all about the P squad actually. Like, before
Love our P squad. We love our P squad. But go ahead.
Before I got to college, like, I didn't even know that was a thing where, like, the dudes would play with the women's team, and they do that, like, all around the country. I was curious, one, if that happened for you guys when you guys played in high school at all. Like, did they ever have guys come into high school and play, or not really?
I ain't gonna lie to you. Guys in my school, they weren't really that good. I ain't gonna say it like that. Unless we were playing the men's basketball team, nah, they wasn't bringing nobody in. Like, it was just us versus us in high school for sure.
Sometimes we had some JV guys pull up and try and play with us.
Yeah. What was that experience like for you guys, though? Like, when you first got to college and, like, the whole practice, y'all are, like, going against us. Like, how was that different than, like, what was in high school?
I mean, the P squad here, I mean, y'all tough.
Oh, D.
Hey, who the toughest on the P squad?
Yeah, I knew somebody like that.
I knew somebody. It's hard. I can't even name a
It
lot.
depends on who squad they running, to be honest.
Okay.
Because some days, they be like, they turn into the Golden State Warriors.
No, for real.
I swear, bro. And then on top of that, like, we be having to run for that because, like, nah, we lose, we run. Or if anything, like, we run. So some days I be like, God, just please get me out of this because y'all be turning into the Golden State Warriors, bro. They be hooping, like, out of nowhere, bro. I be like, all right, bro, bet.
Do you guys feel like our scouting practices, like, does it, like, prepare you guys for games much better?
Most certainly.
Yeah,
Certainly.
Yeah, for sure. And y'all are like quicker to them. Y'all like better than people like we see on the court. So it prepares us like well.
Y'all go practice tomorrow, right?
Right. Don't pull up. Don't pull up. Don't pull up that.
No.
Yeah, we do.
Okay, so you guys are the first team or duo on the pod that we've been able to talk to while y'all are in season. And so I thought this was cool because we have a unique opportunity now to talk about games in the past that y'all just had, but also games coming up. Y'all know y'all got some big games coming up like in the future. Sunday, that UNC game. I guess we could talk about it right now. Like, what's going through y'all minds right now preparing for that?
I mean, for me, it's my first Duke UNC game. So I feel like for me, I gotta make a statement. I mean, you know, that's just how I feel. For me, I do. I got to. I mean, I watched it on TV growing up all the time. Watched it last year. I was in the ACC, like, you know, it's Duke Carolina. So like, I feel like, you know, it's my first time, so I gotta come out with a bang. That's just how I gotta be.
Nah, facts. Like, what's on my mind is just winning. Because they got us last year at our house. And that was for ACC Conference Championship. Like, that was everything. We ended up getting them, obviously, in the ACC tournament. But I'm just locked in. Like, I'm so ready to play on Sunday. So ready.
We can't wait to watch that. We're gonna
we gonna be there for that one. Trust. But I also wanted to talk about y'all season, like, as a whole. And one thing I noticed from watching y'all, like, I don't follow too many college basketball teams, like men's or women's side, but for you guys, like, you guys have had, like, the most interesting season, I feel like, in terms of, like, results. Because at y'all best, like, I feel like y'all are top 25. And I was looking at the AP poll, and, like, other writers think that, too. Like, you know how on the bottom they have, like, other votes. Like, y'all be getting votes. Like, they know. They know. But, like, it's just interesting, like, watching the results. Like, y'all have a game, like, I remember November, y'all played Davidson, y'all lost, and then y'all took Stanford to OT, and that's, like, number 6. And then, like, y'all blew Virginia Tech out by, like, 40. and then you guys had, like, Pitt or whatever. So I was just curious, like, what do you guys think is the difference, like, the main factor that's going to take y'all from, like, you know, having these outbursts to, like, being a consistent, like, top 25 team, like, consistently playing at your best?
I feel like for us is mentality. Cause you know, like we just gotta go out there and be our best all the time, and it takes a lot of mental strength to do that. And it's a lot of hard work as well. So I just feel like as a team, that's something that we're trying to work on and that we've been working on, like just being consistent. And I feel like we're starting to build that right now, and it needs to be like momentum for us to go in the ACC play, then go into the tournament. So it's just all building up momentum and just trying to maintain that consistency.
Exactly what she said, word for word. Like, and then also locking in. Like, whenever we lock in, like y'all said, what everybody else say, okay, cool, a top 25 team, we know that. Like, and like I feel like just locking in for Florida State, Virginia Tech, whenever we want something, like we gonna knock everything down trying to get it. With that comes mental strength as well. So I feel like the more consistent that we get with that, like, easy. Like, it'll be there for us for sure.
Smooth.
I was actually talking about that Virginia Tech game because y'all were on one. Oh, my
God. Going crazy.
Yeah, that was wild to watch.
That run was insane.
Nah.
Defense. It was defense.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk a little bit. I want to talk a little bit about, like, the mindset going into that game. Did you guys know you were about to make a statement, or, you know, were you just hooping for real?
Both.
Okay.
Like, I feel like, obviously, like, we wanted to make a statement to where it's just like, nah, we here to compete for a conference championship, as do y'all, like, whatever. But at the end of the day, X's and O's, like, that's going to come, but it's all about playing basketball. People are going to hit shots. Great players going to do great things. But at the end of the day, who wants it more? And that just starts with us hooping, like, really. And defense, like, our defense, whenever we really want to, or whenever we locked in, like, for sure. So I feel like that was what it was for me, at least.
I mean, same thing Ash said. I mean, we just all came in and we locked in. Like, we know, like, we wanted that game real bad, and we needed it. I mean, shoot, we needed to get our wins out and kind of prove, like, who we are as a team. Because I feel like we haven't really proved that yet in the ACC. So we definitely did. But I feel like we just got to keep doing that, man. Like,
For real.
We got to keep winning these big games that people think that we can't win.
Yeah.
Because I think they had us, last in the conference for
That's
projection.
crazy.
For
Like,
preseason?
I don't.
Actually?
Yeah, preseason. I think it was close to last. I don't even know, but like,
That's just crazy.
That's wild.
yeah, because they say that like since we lost a lot of people, but Coach Kara, like, she put that chip on our shoulder from the start. Like, it didn't matter. Like, whoever it was in front of us, she was going to try to knock it down. Doesn't matter if it was South Carolina or whatever. Like, she wanted to send a message, and that's what we continue to
You
do.
guys lost a lot of people, but you guys also got some true freshmen. JD, Alucci.
Crazy.
And transfer too.
Yeah.
Transfer.
Crazy.
T.
Yeah.
Camille.
And we're only going to get better. Like, most people say, yeah, y'all young, whatever, but that don't mean nothing. I feel like that's an excuse, to be honest. Like, I feel like year by year, we going to continue to get better and continue to knock off some teams that most people think that we won't be able to.
So I wanted to touch on NIL a little bit. Specifically as a Duke student, what I really wanted to know, do y'all have transportation stipend, or how do y'all have the scooters like 24/7? That spin at must be like overtime.
No, we mostly pay for ourselves. Like, especially like when I first got here, I was like, "Who about to be walking right after we just finished weights and practice?" Like,
That's
crazy.
That's real.
And we gotta be at mad early too.
Man, what? Mad early. And like, you know, sometimes it don't, like, the buses don't be running at like the time that we gotta wake up. So it's like, all right, so what you gonna do? Type. So yeah, no, I don't really think that's NIL. It's just we gotta do what we gotta do.
Has NIL impacted, like, the new era of women's college basketball, though? Like, how has it impacted your experience so far, like, while you've been in college at all?
It matters for women's and men's. It don't matter if it's football, basketball, soccer, track. It don't matter because, like, at the end of the day, like, the way an athlete is going to look at it is, so, like, oh, I'm getting a free education. I'm getting to do what I love to do. But as well, like, how am I going to live? Like, I got to have money to do something. And I feel like with most of us, like, that plays a very big part on, like, what school we go to, strictly because, like, some people get greedy, some people don't, because the grass not always green on the other side. Like, they may offer you a bag, but all right, when you get there, then what? Like, so I feel like it's a big thing to athletes nowadays. As for me, that didn't really matter to me because Duke, when I leave here, like, bro, I'm getting the best of the best. Basketball, academics, like, it doesn't matter. Like, whenever I graduate, no job can tell me no.
Right.
Look at, I went to Duke, bro. Like, come on. So, NIL, it really didn't matter to me. Obviously, I get it, but, I mean, it's like, whatever. Like, I'm still continue to stack after I graduate anyway. Like, the money just not for right now. I'm looking at ahead type shit, so.
Trying to get to that bread.
LD. So.
Man, I feel like NIL definitely plays a huge part in today's world. I mean, you see a whole bunch of athletes. I mean, they get in car NIL deals. I mean, jewelry. I mean, everything, all kind of NIL deals. But I feel like it definitely plays a huge part in recruiting now. Yeah. I mean, you can offer, I mean, a kid a bag, and they'll say yes, you know, because a lot of kids aren't really thinking straight, kind of like what Ash was saying. But I feel like for me, it's more so like an opportunity. I mean, to build on connections and so also, you know, like make some money. You're a college student. But definitely a big opportunity, especially for every kind of every athlete.
Right. Christian asked a great question to one of our previous guests. I can't remember if it was Joe Mo or BJ, but he was asking about Duke and providing resources for athletes to, like, know about NIL and know, like, what your opportunities are and how to, like, you know, capitalize off your name, image, and likeness. I was wondering what your take was on how Duke has been able to be helpful to you with this new space.
Oh yeah, they're extremely helpful. Like they'll tell us, like, if there's any opportunity that we like they'll help us out in trying to get that, or any opportunity that people like they see in us that they'll tell us about. But they definitely have a lot of opportunities for us here. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I feel like I credit that to our staff as well. Like Selena, she plays a big part in that. Like T said, opportunities, and keeping us aware of what, what's good money and what's bad money, and like your image, as well, and like what that would turn into. So, yeah, I feel like our staff and like just Duke, as a whole, it's just very resourceful within that. So
What would be, if you can say on the pod, what would you consider to be bad money?
something that doesn't necessarily represent you or your team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because at the end of the day, like, nothing just goes away. You can't just delete anything. Like, so, like, that's how I feel about it. Like, something that's not beneficial for you or not beneficial for the long run, nah, you know, or something that, like, doesn't, like I said, just represent you or your team. I feel like it's not a good way to go.
To a different topic, you know, first I want to shout out every woman and girls in sports.
Yeah.
How do you guys believe we can like continue to elevate and empower women in basketball and just other sports, just both as athletes and leaders?
I mean, the number one thing that I think is just attending games. That's it. I mean, it's just all. It's simple like little like things that people think like they're like, oh, like he ain't gotta like pay all this money, like no, like show up to the game, like go support, and that's really it. That's really the number one thing. I mean, you see it now, like I think with the South Carolina LSU game had more views than the Celtics and Heat game, and that was the Eastern Conference Final. I mean, like come on now, but I mean, just supporting and watching. That's what I really think it is.
Supporting. Like, she nailed it. Like, everything that she said. I feel like as well as, like, supporting, but, like, not just talking in, like, oh, yeah, I support women's basketball, but you never watched the game.
Right.
Like, you know. And also, like, just advocating for that. Like, I feel like it's starting to grow, like, tremendously. It's starting to grow. But day in and day out, I feel like it can grow, like, more if we do advocate in a certain way, like a great way.
Right.
Do you guys believe like the fan turnout in games from last year to this year has been a lot better for you guys?
Way better.
Right.
You out here, but no, way better, because, like, South Carolina, first of all, we got a sold-out game on Sunday.
Right.
Like, what? Like, a sold-out game, like, that's crazy to me. And, like, just from last year being, like, our North Carolina game, it wasn't sold out. But it was a lot of people there. A lot of people at the South Carolina game. Like, like, it's grown so much. And I feel like that's a credit to everybody that, like, has hands on us. Like, P Squad, like, our media team, like, anybody that's in contact with us, our friends, anybody. Like, I feel like they do a good job of, like, supporting us as well and getting other people to support us. So, like, it's grown so much, and I'm so thankful for it.
The game that I saw most was the Olympics game. I was like, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, USA.
Yeah.
That was
I love that game so much.
Yeah, talk about that experience. That was
crazy. I mean, it was surreal for me a little bit. Well, I could talk about the first play of the game, actually. They won the tip, and I was guarding Taina Mair Ashlon, and they said, like 3 stagger screens, and I'm running, I'm chasing her, and Brittany grounded on the last screen, and she popped my she popped my and Diana hit the 3. I mean, shoot. I mean, I couldn't do nothing about it. I mean, I got hit off the screen, and she just made a shot, but it was crazy. I was like, damn, hard-ass screen. Yeah, it was a great shot, but I feel like after that, I was like, all right, bet, like, it's finna get real right now. We got to hoop against them. Like, they ain't holding back from us. But no, it was definitely a good experience. Yeah, for sure. But the one thing I know I will remember is when Reagan hit Taina Mair Ashlon. So.
That's not
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It's so tough, bro.
So tough.
Was that your first time meeting them?
Yeah. But, most of them, yeah. But, like T said, it was surreal. Like, I grew up watching Diana. I grew up watching Brittany. Like, it was just like, bro, what? I'm actually playing it. Like, I have a picture of me guarding Taina Mair Ashlon. Like, that's going to be hanging up in my house. Like, these are women that I idolize. And just playing against them, like T said, like, Brittany checked her with a screen. I think, who was I guarding? I was guarding Alicia Gray. Yeah, I was guarding Alicia Gray. She was driving, went straight through my chest and went up. I said, oh, my God. Like, bro. Yeah, it was crazy. But, like, just playing against them, like, and, like, also just talking to them as well.
Yeah,
they're us. Like, we're just younger than them, but, like, they're us. So I mean, it was great. They had a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge that they shared with us, and I loved it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I wanted to ask you. You know, you're a Boston Celtics fan, right?
Yeah.
That video of Jason Tatum coming to the locker room.
Yeah.
It must have been a special feeling for you. So talk a
Yeah.
little bit about that. What was it like
I
meeting him?
mean, growing up, I mean, I bleed Boston.
Yeah.
Man. Like the Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox, Patriots. Like those are like my team. That's the hometown. And JT's our franchise player. I mean, come on now. Everybody know JT. Everybody know Celtics. And like seeing him for real, I'm like, damn, bro. Like I watch you every night. Like, I'm cheering for you, bro. Like crazy. And I had a JT jersey come in that day from one of my big sisters. Same day we met him. And then he ended up signing it for me. I was like talking to him like, "Oh, from Boston."
I think nobody loves him
crazy.
more than her. Like,
Yeah.
nobody.
IG stories
All the time,
That's my boy for real.
It was so geeked. It was just so funny just to watch her. like it was cool having him here. Obviously, like, oh my God, JT. But like just watching T, I'm like, bro, no way.
Even in my room, I got Celtics posters everywhere.
Yes.
Like that's really my team for real.
She's like a kid at candy store, bro. Swear.
That's hilarious. How you think they're gonna do this year? Y'all having a good season.
We're having a great season. I mean, we're the best team in the league.
Yeah. Anyways, but I honestly feel like,
Whoa.
Actually, who her team is?
bro.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sounds like you think something
I like Golden
different.
And
State.
she's from Texas. Think
Okay.
Oh, she's calling
No,
you a
no, I'm not a bandwagon. No, I'm not a bandwagon. No, I'm not a
Pod
bandwagon.
is wild.
That's wild.
No way. No. I like Golden State. Do they have a chance of winning? No. Like, I'm going to be for real. But we'll see the Celtics. They like to choke at the end. So,
You don't have the Rockets, Ash?
no. I've never been a Rockets fan. Like, if anything, like, I grew up being a Lakers fan strictly because my dad, like, die-hard Kobe fan. Like, loved the Lakers. But then I saw Steph Curry play one day. And I was like, yeah, that's my team.
Yeah.
So ever since then, like, yeah, 2014.
All right. Well, I see you at the parade.
Here we go.
Smooth. So to say, thank you guys again for coming. This has been a great conversation. Really appreciate y'all coming out for real.